Good evening. I'd like to call to order the August 11th, 2022 regular meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Bridget, do we have any remote participation?
I'll take the roll.
Or roll call. Yes, thank you.
President Gibson?
Here.
Vice President Ruffing?
Here.
Commissioner Ansier?
Here.
Commissioner Janner? Absent. Commissioner McBroom?
Here.
Commissioner Thompson?
Here.
Commissioner Todd?
Here.
I've been notified by Commissioner Janner that he would like to participate remotely due to out-of-town business.
Move to allow remote meeting participation of Commissioner Janner as allowed per Section 7 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Bridget, do we have any? Oh, Rich or Commissioner Janner, can you hear us?
Yep, I'm here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Bridget, do we have any matters from the public on general issues?
We do not.
All right. Thank you. Updates and reports. I will start with the Riverwalk Commission. The Riverwalk Commission met yesterday, August 10th. We received an update on Moser Tower rehabilitation, which is expected to be completed in October. And the Commission received preliminary design review for Eagle Street Gateway, which is going to be really pretty. And finally, Commissioner Erickson updated the Commission on the walk-on in memory of Chuck Panos, who is a very important person to the Park District. The walk-on event was the second year happening, and it raised $33,000 for lymphoma research. So it sounds like it was a great event, beautiful day, great success. So, thank you. Is there an update for Finance Committee?
Yes. Finance Committee met today, August 11th, and the committee received a market update and refunding presentation from Eric Anderson, Piper Sandler, on the district's bond portfolio. The new parameters ordinance was discussed for the refunding of the district's 2015 bonds and funding options for the district's 2020 limited bonds. Staff will be providing further information to the board at future meetings. District's money manager Tom Sawyer presented the second quarter investment performance. The year-to-date investment unrealized loss was $100,000, with a net return of a negative 0.9% versus the benchmark of a negative 0.5. The net return since inception of the portfolio, June of 2011 through June of 2022, equaled 0.7%, which is about equal to the benchmark. The unrealized loss is $637,000, and interest income at a positive $1 million. So key things to consider: all the bonds in the portfolio are held to maturity. Bonds will mature at face par value with no realized loss. Current higher interest rate environment provides better yield on the reinvestment of the bonds that are maturing and other cash flows. The committee also reviewed the major highlights of the proposed 2023 Board of Commissioners budget. And lastly, the staff reported the district received a rebate of $25,000 as part of the district's purchasing card program. Program continues to be successful in promoting efficiencies in purchasing and a strong level of approvals and controls. And that's it. I don't have a date for our next meeting, but.
Thank you, Commissioner Rickroom. Is there an update for Legislative Committee?
Yes, we have not met as of yet, but we will be meeting on September 1st at 5:15 p.m. at the Administration Building. And we will have some topics to discuss that are yet to be determined.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Thompson. Commissioner Ansier, an update on Parks and Rec Committee.
Parks and Rec Committee met this evening at 5:45 p.m. We got some updates on the Centennial Skatepark facility. It looks like there's a pretty good concept plan that's to be presented soon. But the committee got a lot of committee. Oh my gosh, we had a lot of community feedback from folks who use the skate parks, and it seems like it's going to be pretty cool. as far as how it's all designed and usefulness of it, as well as possible donations for funding and including from WDSRA partnerships. So it's very accessible as well. So there's a lot of really exciting things coming with that. We've had several playground ribbon cutting events that seem to be doing well. We're looking at maybe 7 to 8 in the next year because we keep it going. So lots of interesting things there for that. We talked a little bit about the Polo Club development with Pulte Homes that's coming. The Ranch View tennis courts, you got an update about using the tiling to solve some of the issues they're having, but that's probably not going to happen. But they have a lot of other creative options that we're working on to figure out a good way to make that situation work. It's also discussions in general just about some other future possible projects with the Atwater basketball courts, discussions about if that's going to happen or not. Recreation, we've had a great number of camping, 2,000 registrations for camping for the summer camps this summer, which has been pretty fantastic. A good increase from last year. Back to school hours will be starting soon with the pool, with Centennial Beach, and the zero enrollment time now for Fort Hill has brought us in some new members, which is really great. Springbrook renovation is underway for the golf facility and already getting a lot of good headway on that, even just in these past few weeks. Working into phase 2 of the North Maintenance Facilities is going, be able to place some orders for some of the work vehicles that we need, hopefully can actually get. And marketing, today I met with the District 203 new educators and kind of got to introduce how the park services can work together with them. So, lots of good feedback and everything with that. I think that's it. Oh, upcoming focus groups for our are coming up on August 23rd with the staff mostly, and then residents and community leaders will also be invited to participate in that, which I'm sure Brad will talk more about. The assistance fundraiser went really well that we just had recently with Brown Paper Bag Seafood Company. I think I'm saying that correctly. And we have some good sponsorships lined up for the Halloween happening. So we're already looking into that, as well as a Santa house, because, once summer's over, everything happens quickly. So our next meeting should be September 8th at 5:45 p.m. right here.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Ancier. For the President's report, as we wind down summer and get ready for fall and back to school, I'd like to thank all the Park District staff who's worked so hard to bring our community exciting, active, and safe summers as we parked it in Naperville. From summer camps to concerts in our park, hot days spent cooling off at Centennial Beach, paddling at the paddleboat quarry, or racing around Wolf's Crossing at this year's tour to Naperville, I know the board and our community at large is grateful to all of our Park District staff for helping us have a great summer. There are 2 notable things that have happened since our last President's report that I'd like to highlight tonight. First, the board and staff have begun working with the NIU Center for Government Studies to develop our 2023 to 2025 strategic plan. I want to thank the members of our community who participated in our community interest survey earlier this summer. The board and staff will use your feedback to create a strategic plan that will guide our direction and goals relative to recreation and parks in Naperville and our surrounding community for the coming years. And second, we held our annual volunteer celebration at Centennial Beach on July 31st. We're so lucky to have so many individuals in our community who have given their time, talent, and dedication to our community, and we're grateful for being able to give them the opportunity to thank them. Sorry, that was clunky. But by supporting a variety of activities, including helping with special events, park maintenance, coaching youth sports team, and serving on citizen committees, senior programs, and special projects, our volunteers' efforts have helped the Park District provide excellent recreational programs and beautiful parks for our community. So I'd like to thank everyone again, both who came out at the end of July and those who weren't able to make the event, for finding the time in their busy schedules to volunteer with us this last year. We really appreciate their time, talent, and dedication. Thank you. Director Wilson, your report.
Thank you, President Gibson. For the 3rd year straight, Fort Hill Fitness was voted Best Family Fitness Facility in DuPage County in the Glancer Magazine Reader's Choice Awards. We are happy to see that people of all ages are enjoying Fort Hill as a place for family recreation and community wellness. For those not yet members, Fort Hill Fitness is offering a zero enrollment membership fee special for the month of August. So it's a great time to jumpstart a new fitness routine for fall. In addition to the Fort Hill Fitness Award, Glancer readers selected the Riverwalk as the best Park District facility in DuPage County. The Autumn 2022 Program Guide is now available in digital form only at napervilleparks.org/program guides, and registration for autumn recreation programs is now underway. Naperville Youth Basketball registration begins on Tuesday, September 13th, with details available beginning August 31st at napervilleparks.org. This fall, the Park District is rebooting its sportsmanship campaign to remind everyone, parents, coaches, referees, and players, of the importance of being a good sport. We need to get back to being encouraging and respectful of everyone and viewing competitions as a fun and exciting opportunities to learn and grow, not just as athletes, but as individuals, community members, and neighbors. Please watch for our Good Sportsmanship Depends on All of Us messaging, which can be seen on the cover of the Autumn 2022 Program Guide, as well as in other materials. I hope that this message will help inspire everyone to focus on being positive and respectful of all. The Riverwalk Cafe, which is located on the Riverwalk across from the paddleboat quarry, is closed for the season due to a lack of available staff. Riverwalk visitors may order and pick up instead from Centennial Grill when the beach is open at the window that can be accessed directly from the Riverwalk. Please note that Centennial Beach will begin end of season hours next week when schools open. The beach will be closed Wednesday, August 17th, reopening from 4 to 7 p.m. on August 18th and 19th, and then on weekends through Labor Day. View the detailed schedule at centennialbeach.org. Register now for an upcoming educational session on meditation as part of the ongoing Fort Hill Wellness Series. The meditation workshop will be held on Tuesday, August 23rd from 7 to 8 p.m. And the presentation is free for fitness members and just $5 for non-members who are residents and $8 for non-residents. Register by calling 630-995-8900. And then lastly, join the Naperville Park District outdoors for a fun and free Friday night kickoff to the weekend, this weekend, with a family-friendly movie at a night at the movies. Bring your own folding chairs or a blanket. The next movie is this Friday, August 12th at 8:20 p.m. at Rotary Hill, featuring Field of Dreams, which is very fitting considering the Cubs are playing this week on the Field of Dreams. Thank you.
Move to approve the June 2022 Treasurers Report.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice President Ruffing,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd, Commissioner Ansier,
Yes.
Commissioner Janner, Commissioner Janner, skip him, Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson,
Yes.
President Gibson.
Yes. Bridget, would you please read the consent agenda?
Item 5.1, approve July 2022 disbursements in the amount of $1,999,549.07. 5.2, approve July 2022 disbursements made through the Bank of America Purchasing Card Program in the amount of $324,810.32. 5.3, approve July FinTech disbursements in the amount of $3,334.60. 5.4, approve July 2022 customer refunds in the amount of $4,659.46. 5.5, approve the intergovernmental agreement between the County of DuPage and Naperville Park District for participation in the Local American Rescue Plan Act program signed by Executive Director Wilson on July 15, 2022. 5.6, approve the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Naperville and the Naperville Park District concerning the installation and maintenance of automated external defibrillators in parks. 5.7, award the contract for the Heatherstone Park and Willowway Park basketball court renovations project to Evans and Son Blacktop, Inc. in the amount of $121,532. 5.8, reject all bids from the bid openings held on June 29, 2022, and award the contract for the Nike Sports Complex Ball Field Hub Water Service Line Replacement Project to Tracy and Ed Construction, Inc. in the amount of $61,646, based on the bid opening held on July 28, 2022. And approve 5.9, approve an agreement for email migration and multi-factor authentication implementation and with Heartland Business Systems in the amount of $45,605.
Thank you, Bridget. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately?
Move to accept consent agenda items 5.0 through 5.9.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice President Ruffing,
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson,
Yes.
Commissioner Ansier,
Yes.
Commissioner Janner,
yes,
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
President Gibson.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda items 5.0 through 5.9.
Second.
Voice vote, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
aye,
Okay, unfinished business. We have received the community garden plots site master plan. Because this format's a little different and it's set up to receive as opposed to approve or accept, I'd like to ask Director Wilson to explain what this item is.
Sure. Thank you, President Gibson. I'll give a little bit of background on the project and the process that the Park District went through in regards to the site master plan. So earlier this year, in conjunction with Upland Design, we began the process of developing a site master plan for the community garden plots. As new ideas were being proposed for further development of the garden plots, we felt that it was important to take time to reach out to the gardeners and the community for feedback about the site as it is now and what improvements may be helpful in the future considering the space that's available on site. The vision and overall purpose of the plan is to enhance the community gardens through maintaining existing garden plots while diversifying and improving site elements at the community gardens. The plan is based on a site analysis and community input provided through interactive meetings with stakeholders and with the public, and through online surveys that were also available to the public. We held a stakeholder focus group on April 6th. There was our first public meeting on April 27th, which was followed by an online survey between April 28th and May 6th. We held a second public open house on May 18th, and then also had a community online survey after that meeting from May 19th through the 27th. Over the past couple of months, we've been working with Upland Design then to utilize the feedback received to develop the overall site master plan that you see before you this evening. The site master plan will serve as a visionary document and guide the Park District in enhancing the garden plots and programming. The approach of receiving the community garden plot site master plan provides an opportunity to continue collaborating with stakeholders and gathering input, as well as further refine operations and maintenance plans and cost estimates in preparation for presenting the improvements to the Park Board for review and approval as part of the annual capital budget process. The site master plan focuses on future capital improvements at the garden plots. It increases accessibility at the plots and enhances several site elements. During the public process, the district also received comments regarding maintenance and operational aspects of the program. Staff intend to follow up with the gardeners and stakeholders to better understand patron interests and needs in these areas, and we've also begun to address some of the items through a series of FAQs that are posted on the project website. Improvements at the garden plots, as I mentioned before, will be considered during the development of the Park District's annual capital budgets and phased in over several years based on priority.
Great. Thank you, Director Wilson. Vice President Ruffing, can we get a motion?
Move to receive the community garden plot site master plan.
Second.
Bridget, are there matters from the public?
Yes, I have two. First up is Mr. Ron Ori.
Right. I'd like to remind speakers we have 3 minutes for comments.
And I got out there and I said, I don't know what I'm doing. So I immediately signed up for classes over at College of DuPage in their hort program and got an associate degree in ornamental horticulture. And that didn't, it got me a little ways down the path. And then I saw an advertisement where there were recruiting for master gardeners, and I signed up for that training and was certified as a master gardener in 1992. And I've been certified by the University of Illinois either as a master gardener or a master naturalist since that time. So I've been doing this for 30 years. And as we were sharing our knowledge of our job, Andrea and I, we realized that learning curve is still on the upswing, and neither one of us are at the top of the game. And even though I carry a title of master gardener or master naturalist, every day I learn something new. And also by way of introduction, I need to state that I think the Naperville garden plots, not just because they carry my name, but because I've seen numbers of garden plots throughout the nation, and I think it's one of the best. I think it's well managed, it's well maintained, it's enthusiastically supported by the gardeners. So what I'm offering by way of comments are things that I think can make it even better. So hopefully our spirit is in the same direction of improving the experience for the gardeners. The first two items there have to deal with soil. We need, I think, to improve the soil. Right now we leave it up to the gardeners. I think it would be more efficient to do it for all of the gardeners in such a fashion that things are top dressed before they're plowed, either in the fall or in the spring, to work in some nutrients. I compare this soil in the garden plots with that of a prairie. And if you know the prairie has plants with roots that go 15, 20 feet down. And about 25 to 35% of that root mass dies each year in the wintertime. That provides the organic nutrients to refresh those prairie plants. So a prairie is really a self-sustaining organism. Raising vegetables and raising grain crops like corn, wheat, soybeans is not the same way. The roots are shallower. They are heavy feeders, those plants are. So by the end of the season, that soil is depleted of the necessary nutrients. So I think measures to increase that by the Park District, increase the nutrients, would be a real help and a benefit to the gardeners. And the other thing that Brad has shared, that they're looking at installing field tiles, which would help the drainage. One of the ways the drainage problem arose was each year as they added to the gravel pathways throughout the garden, they built those roads up.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We're in the story. It's been 3 minutes. Thank you for your comments.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure we have time for all the speakers.
I would encourage you to provide some guidance, and I would ask that any of you that might be interested to come out and I can explain some of these on site.
Thank you.
I think you could benefit from those insights.
Thank you, Doris. Who's the next speaker?
Next is Mr. Chuck Propp.
I'm a one-time Naperville resident and over 30-year gardener in the garden plots, 1G. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The proposed draft master plan provides new information. It does not appear to take into account impacts of some of the changes, and they are current to a long-time gardener user, but would not be unless you're a real user. The summary cost for $1.1 million. It's a significant expenditure. However, nothing is being proposed to overall renew and improve soil or drainage of the plants. The purpose of the plants are doing things. After 30 years of intensive gardening, the soil is tired, and nothing proposed for new soil or compost, fertilizer, or improving drainage. The Park District does provide for mulch and fertilizer at both ends, but if you're out there and you see people carrying it in buckets and wheelbarrows, it's really quite hard. The proposed changes can have unintended consequences. And again, this is understandable for someone without in-depth knowledge of the plants. I'd like to give a couple of examples of this. On the north side, between the plants, the Creed Farm, and on the other side, the Woodland Garden, which is close to my Block 1G, there's a maintenance access driveway that runs in a grassy area between the plants, the Creed Farm and the Woodland Garden. The plan proposes moving the porta potty from the roadway to Sportsman's Park and putting it on the access between Plot OG and Woodland Garden. On the west end of that grassy driveway, there's a proposed paved area with picnic benches at the end of the paved path. There's a bump out there. Both would be located in the maintenance driveway and impede access for maintenance, vehicles, and mowers. Let the porta potty be where it is, on the roadway where it's less congested. If you're out there, you'll see people pulling up in their cars from other plants, stopping there and using it. If you put it, where it's proposed, and this is on 500 magnification on the master plan, it'll just add to the congestion. Another example is would existing plat 0G or OG be eliminated? And if not, would there be an added row of plats where the tree farm is currently located? Again, you have to look at a big magnification. OG is fine, but several years ago, plats were there, but abandoned due to the soil being too wet. And that's where the tree farm was located. So what would be done with the hydrology? On the other end, if there's going to be an extension of the old road going on up for H, I, and J, then what will happen on the master plan is that the access would be moved over, so there's two plots on either side. And the problem there is then everybody's going to be moved a good 20, 30 foot and put in wherever it is. Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt you at 3 minutes.
30 seconds. Okay. The master plan information has been provided, and that's good. What I would request is that an additional opportunity for comment on it with a CAD diagram as to what's going to be changed, so people could know it and the board would know. Because if something's going to be changed, then they're going to be here as I have been before. And lastly, take care of this now while the master plan is still in existence, it's still active. You know what's going on. You have contractors, consultants who do, and get it so the master plan is reflective. Because once the master plan is approved, it's approved, and all the discussion would be is on mitigation and impacts of relocation. I love my plots. I just want the master plan to be better and not have to be up here again saying, hey, what about this? I talked to you about that before. If there's any questions, please feel free.
Thank you, Mr. Cox.
Thank you so much.
Just one question for Director Wilson. What's our timeline on this being presented for approval?
So this, we would look at looking for approval or receipt of the master plan this evening, and then staff would go back, continue working on the improvements that are within the site master plan, and present based on a priority basis some of those improvements as part of the capital budget process. So some of the improvements that we're looking at, such as improvements to accessibility, potentially even parking, we may look to have conversation with the board on completing those in 2023, and then it would be part of the capital budget for next year.
So if we accept this tonight, we're moving forward with this plan, essentially?
You're only receiving it this evening with the intent that staff's going to continue working on the overall plan, continuing to gather feedback from the stakeholders, from the gardeners. and working towards development of the capital items in it.
And then present it to us next year or?
Yes, so it would be then with further discussion on the items within the master plan would take place during the capital budget process. Okay.
I'd just like to comment, I was in a lot of these public meetings. I've read through all of the input from the community that's been submitted over the many surveys. I like that this is a visionary document. It takes in input from the whole community. We've got 500 plus gardeners. And it's such a great program. I like that this plan will make it more accessible for our community, more raised garden plots, which is in demand. The no-till area will also allow gardeners to get into the plots earlier, which is something that I saw repeatedly in the survey response and heard at the meetings. Again, I appreciate that staff is making this. They're recognizing that we still need to get input. There's obviously a lot of people with a lot of knowledge of the garden plots. And as anybody who's worked with the Park District knows, we continually receive input, continually take calls, emails. We are not voting tonight to set this in stone. We are voting, or we are receiving this tonight so that as we look to make improvements to the garden plots, we have direction from the community, which gotten a lot from the last couple months. So I'm in support of receiving this plan tonight. Any other comments? Commissioner Banner? Roll call.
Vice President Ruffing?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansier?
Yes.
Commissioner Janner?
Yes.
Commissioner McBroom?
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson?
Yes.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
President Gibson?
Yes. No new business. The next meeting, regular meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners will be August 25th, 2022 at 6:30 at Fort Hill Activity Center.
Move to adjourn the August 11th, 2022 regular meeting.
Second. A roll call, please.
Voice vote?
Or voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.